Broadcasting from the business capital of the world, this is the Podcast Business News Network.
Welcome back to the show. We are joined by Revital Wave. That's right. Glenn and Fran Greeley joining us here. And they're the owners of health and wellness at Revital Wave, which is based out of Islandia, New York. I love seeing that 631, that hometown Long Island, because that's where I'm from too. So we're going to talk today more about the natural therapies and alternatives that they use to medication and surgery. And of course, get you back in the game. We have a lot to talk about. Again, spring is here, and we're really excited to welcome you guys back to the show. How's everything?
Great.
Good, thank you.
Great.
How are you?
I'm doing fantastic. Pleasure to have you both back. For those new timers out there, please introduce yourself. Tell us a little bit about what it is you do.
So we are Revital Wave. Revital Wave was actually Fran's brainchild. She wanted to start this practice because she's a cancer survivor and wanted to get some natural therapies, alternatives to surgeries and medications that would get people healthy and improve their quality of life.
Fantastic. Go ahead.
Yep. And the one things that I do love is the old sayings, if it doesn't come from the ground or anything like that, don't eat it. If you don't do the natural thing from outside, don't touch it. Don't add things that we don't need to our bodies. That's the situation that we have too much of out there in the world. And this is why we have a lot of people that are sick or they have issues. I don't say problems because we can't have that with our company. We don't say problems. We have issues as we're getting older. So I don't ever tell my customers that. So they feel a lot better because walking in here, it takes a lot for them to come in here and tell them their issues. Some of them are embarrassed of doing it, which they should never, because our staff is very friendly. And there's times that I can't get half my clients out of here that they spend 2 hours. And I'm like, you go home. So that's why they love it, because we do more than one thing here.
Oh, well, thank you for sharing that. And we're excited to talk more about what's happening, just to let them know as well. I think we met with your RN last time too, right? Was it Terry?
Yes. And then we're going to introduce you to Migdalia. She's the one who does the actual treatment on the men and women. Actually, after she's done with one of the treatments, she will come back here and explain to you, because she speaks with our customers. She talks to them, and they adore her because she's very understanding, and she makes them walk out the door even more comfortable. And they feel that speaking to us versus their own doctors, they love it.
Perfect. Well, what are some of the things that you provide and can help us with? Do you give us a little overview about Revital Wave, if you don't mind?
Sure. So we focus mostly on sexual wellness for men and women, but there are so many things that incorporates. For example, when men come in, they'll meet with me. You'll do a consultation with me. When ladies come in, they would meet with Fran or Migdalia or Terry. And one of the things I go over and a lot of guys are so shocked when they hear all the things that are slowing them down as they get older. So for men, we start hitting our late 40s and we start slowing down a little bit. Maybe libido's suffering a little bit. Maybe we're not performing the way we did when we were in our 20s. So there are so many contributing factors, and we address all of those things: medical weight loss, testosterone replacement, IV vitamin drips, acoustic shockwave therapy, laser treatments, PEMF therapy, red light therapy, oxygen therapy. We want to improve the overall health. And the same thing with women too. I mean, men and women both go through the same thing. Guys, you might think this is unique, that, oh my God, what's happening to me? My performance is slowing down. Erectile dysfunction is happening. It is not unique. It happens to every single man. And it happens to women too.
Oh, yes.
Women reach a certain age.
I was one of them.
Right?
I was definitely one of them.
Yeah.
So we have all of these therapies available for both men and women. But like I said, we focus on sexual wellness, but there's so much more incorporated in that. Like I said, the weight loss, just generally boosting your energy, helping you sleep better at night.
Yep.
All of these things affect sexual performance, but it affects your overall quality of life.
Well, Well, thank you. And I love that we're able to talk about this because some people, still have a stigma about no. Sexual health and rejuvenation is all part of it, ladies and gentlemen. And I love that there's so many people here that really are so experienced and can support us in our, journey moving forward because we're all going to need some help eventually in every department. So let's get this fixed. You're aiming here to prove health and using really cutting edge therapies to help. So let's embark on that a little.
Yeah. So, last time we were on, we spoke about the PRP therapy, which
Yeah.
stands for platelet-rich plasma therapy.
Mm-hmm.
And you see a lot of this on social media now. You see a lot of this going on. It is the latest thing that's happening. But, we kind of believe here, like sometimes what's old is new. Platelet-rich plasma therapy is not really that new. Your body generates platelet-rich plasma, and that's what's responsible for healing.
Yeah.
So it's been used for decades for healing joint pain, helping people recover from surgeries. So, we're part of the cellular medicine group. Dr. Rennell is the one who discovered that, using PRP therapy for sexual wellness would be a benefit. So when you look at the science, for men, when we were young and our bodies were first developing, our body starts sending platelet-rich plasma down to that pelvic region. Why?
Okay.
To get it ready to start reproducing. That's what nature wanted us to do. Nature wanted men to become erect so that they could engage in sexual activity to perpetuate the species. It is what it is. That's what we were intended for.
Yeah.
So our bodies start doing it, getting us ready. And then evolution kicks in, time goes on, and our bodies decide, you know what? You don't need to reproduce anymore. You're back 9 now. You need to start slowing down.
Yep.
So our bodies stop sending platelet-rich plasma to that area.
Yes.
So what happens? Erectile performance suffers, sensation is diminished, and sometimes libido is diminished. So by extracting that platelet-rich plasma from your body and injecting it directly into that area, it's a regenerating process. Yeah. And it's the same for women as well. Women reach a certain age and nature decides, hey, you know what? You don't need that feeling down there anymore. You don't need to have that anymore. But we want to keep going. Our lifestyle.
Right. Women who have hysterectomies, women that are premenopause, and things like that. So we tell the women, like, we were like a brand new car. I used to be a nice little Volvo, and my Volvo went south, and after the hysterectomy, so I need to perk my Volvo up again. And that's when we do the PRPs and the acoustic shock wave. No downtime, no surgeries needed. Why? I don't understand why people would want to go through the surgery and be tied up when you can come to us and we will take care of you on that.
And, Jill, I can't stress enough, like you mentioned before about, we should talk about this, we should do this. Fran and I are married, happily married. We have been together since we're teenagers. And what was life-changing for us was actually talking about these things. As we got older, having the conversation as a couple, and then as professionals talking about it and saying, hey, we want to heal. We want to heal ourselves. We want to get on this regenerating kick. We want to keep going. We want to be as virile as we can forever. And then we decide, wow, this is a great thing to bring to other people. And sharing what we've learned and what we've done and what we've done, and teaming up with some of the doctors and the nurses that we have on staff here. It's been phenomenal. So you're right, having that conversation and getting people to understand that this is not unique. This happens to everyone.
Everyone,
can solve a lot of problems. And I'll tell you guys, I have a lot of best friends.
Tell me.
a lot of guys come in here and it starts off with, there's really nothing wrong with me. I'm really okay. And I say, hey, sure you are. Anyone who is over 50 and tells me they're still performing like they did in their 20s is just not being honest with themselves. Always. But once you go through some of these therapies, you leave here. I got a lot of best friends. I have a lot of people who they just can't thank us enough for restoring the romance and the passion in their marriages, or maybe they're divorced and they're getting back into the dating thing. They're nervous about, am I going to be able to do this? Can I handle this? I'm a lot older than I was, back then. So, having the conversation is important. Discussing it is important. So when the guys come in, they speak to me. I have all this knowledge to give them. And it's everything. It's not just the therapies that we have here, too, the lifestyle changes that we incorporate. So one of the things we were talking about earlier is how sometimes, what's old is what's new. Everyone's looking for the newest thing. What's the latest cure? What's the latest therapy? What's the new thing I can hop on? You go on the internet, you go on Instagram, you go on Facebook, you're going to see a million things for sexual wellness, especially for men. And a lot of it's fads and pills and these things. A lot of this stuff just doesn't work. But I started researching some things, and I'm wondering, what did my grandparents have that I didn't have? Why were they so much healthier into their 70s? Why was my grandfather sexually active in his 70s without the use of pills, medication, therapy, or anything? What was going on? So we look for, what did they have that we don't have? I kind of reverse that a little bit, and I say, what didn't they have that we're doing? What about the environmental toxins that we're taking in? And this goes in, the amount of research that we've done here goes in so far as the clothing that we wear. It may sound a little crazy, but guys, the underwear that we wear contains synthetics, dyes, all of these things that are being immediately absorbed into that region and are affecting us. Environmental toxins, blue light from the screens and radiation from telephones and computer screens. All of these things play a factor in that. So I'm working with patients now to try to eliminate those things that our grandparents didn't have. Eliminate them or use them in a safe manner that's not going to affect us so much and improve our overall health.
Yeah.
So, like I said, I work with the guys, but I want to introduce you to someone who works with the ladies. Say hi.
Perfect.
Natalia.
Hello. Nice
How
to
are you?
meet you. Please introduce yourself.
I'm Mickey. I'm the head medical assistant here. I give our Gainsway treatments and our Femiway treatments, and I also assist our RN Terry with the O shots and the P shots. But I'm also a patient here.
We all are. So, Vicky, I was just talking about how I meet with the guys and all the things that I discuss. Why don't you talk a little bit about how, when you meet with the ladies, what they can expect?
Well, basically, we sit, we chit chat about whatever types of concerns they might have. And it ranges depending on their age bracket and what season in life they might be in. And then according to whatever symptoms they might be exhibiting is whether or not and how we can recommend our programs. Because we like to combine, we're finding that the FemiWave treatment along with an O shot, let's say, it's a great combination. It's like a 1-2 punch, just like with the Gains Wave and a P shot, they work great together because it's just two different ways of getting that main result, which is increasing that circulation. Even for us women, circulation is very important, especially as we're getting older. Same idea where, we're getting older, that cholesterol plaque is building up within that the private area and it blocks circulation. So the acoustic shock wave, the FemiWave, it really does work in clearing that up. In addition, it brings in that blood flow in a way where basically we become almost like a flower again. So it's quite effective. And at the same time with the O shot takes it a step further. So it enhances everything. It enhances the benefits of the FemiWave treatment.
Ooh.
So
I love hearing this. Okay, just the process, because people hear that and they think, oh my gosh, is it painful? I'm sure some numbing, maybe discomfort. Could you just describe the process as well?
Right. So with the numbing cream that we use, it does numb everything up, but you do feel with the acoustic shock wave, I call them like little zaps. Okay. But it is tolerable. All right. It's nothing that is that's painful or anything. It's just little zaps and you get used to it. And after a while, I do have some patients that tell me, you know what, Mickey, I don't need the lidocaine. Because sometimes with the lidocaine, it lasts about an hour to 2 hours, and they don't like that numbness feeling lasting that long. So they might tell me, you know what, I don't need the lidocaine. I'm okay.
Yeah.
So.
And sometimes for the guys, when they hear that term, the clinical term, acoustic shockwave therapy, it sounds a little intense, but it's really not. The treatments last about 15 to 20 minutes.
Exactly.
Migdalia does the treatments for the guys too, not me. So guys, you don't have to worry about it. I am not touching you in any way. I'm going to talk to you. I'm going to tell you all about everything. But Mickey does the treatments. She is certified trained a great deal of experience. You will not find anyone in the New York metro area who has more experience than Migdalia with this type of therapy, just so you know. But guys, it sounds a little intense, but it's really not painful at all. No. They'll use the topical lidocaine just so you don't feel anything, but it's not painful. 15, 20 minutes each treatment. After about 6 to 10 treatments is when you're going to see your best result. But we've created a really nice, relaxing atmosphere here. It's not stressful. So guys, when you come in, and for the ladies too, there's never going to be 20 people sitting around the waiting room. We don't do that. We focus on patient care. So it's not like it's awkward where there's 20 guys sitting around the waiting room talking to each other about, so how you doing? How's your performance going? That's not going to happen. It's a relaxing atmosphere, no stress. We want to relieve the stress. We want you to feel comfortable coming here. And like Fran said earlier, a lot of our patients, they don't want to leave. They're like, hey, what else you got here? Can I hang around today? Can we talk about some other stuff? Because they like that relaxing feeling that they get coming here. But the treatments are easy. Even the P shot, it's the O shot for women, the P shot for men. It sounds crazy that you're getting a needle into that area, but they're micro needles, very small. You don't feel it. And the result is well worth it. So once you have one P shot, you're going to say, oh, this was easy. This was simple. I want to do this all the time. We actually have patients that come in weekly for P shots because they love it so much.
And we also do PRP for the hands, the face, the hair.
Yes.
That's right.
We do all that. Like, we've done our hands, and I'm up there in age, so my hands look a lot better.
We're both up there in age, and it's an immediate effect. It's an immediate effect, and that's the beauty of it.
And it lasts. It lasts a while.
Yeah.
We also do the breast area, because as we get older, that area tends to flatten and you lose that cleavage a little bit. So ladies,
Really?
if you want to bring that cleavage back, definitely get it's called a vampire breast lift. It's an amazing thing, and you literally see it happen.
It's great. It's great what your own blood can actually do for you.
Yeah, that's the key. It's your own blood. It's spun in a centrifuge, extract the platelet-rich plasma, get rid of all the bad stuff, and then injecting that platelet-rich plasma directly to the area that you want to affect. That's the key. No medications, no surgeries, minimally invasive, no side effects, no downtime.
Those platelets, that's in the serum, that's the healing factor. So it's aggregated, meaning it goes where it's necessary. Okay, so it'll rejuvenate that tissue in the areas that are in need of it. So, and like I said, it's an immediate reaction where it's like, interesting, you get that youthful glow with your hands and your face. So
yeah, and the good thing is, we don't just rely on one therapy here. We do everything.
Mm-hmm.
I read the medical journals every single day. I read all the research. We look at every single thing. If there is a piece of equipment, if there is a new type of therapy, if there is a new protocol for a therapy, we are looking at it, testing it on ourselves first before we bring it to the public, and making sure it works and that it's viable and it's going to be helpful. So, we incorporate so many things. I encourage any of the listeners to look at our website, revitalwave.com. and just take the time and go through absolutely every therapy that we do, because it's all interconnected. Sometimes, doing a little bit of the weight loss program is phenomenal. Gets you, you drop a few pounds, you start feeling a little bit better. Then you have the energy, you can start working out. We have online training. Our online trainer is absolutely fantastic. Most people, the excuse we hear is, I can't get to the gym. I don't have time. It's too cold out for me to go walking. There's 100 excuses.
Yeah.
So set up an online training platform. Yeah, look, we all do it. No one's. If you can spend 3 hours a day in the gym, you're unemployed, and that's the only way you can do it. But people like us who have to work 90%.
Oh no, right? Oh my gosh.
We don't have that time. So the online platform is amazing. You can go on, you can get a custom tailored workout plan that's just for you, and you're actually online with a trainer. The trainer is actually going through at your time when it's convenient for you, and going through the training. A lot of the stuff you can do at home without a lot of equipment. We talked about what's old is what's new.
Okay.
You hear people talking about, I got to get to a gym, or I got to buy tens of thousands of dollars worth of equipment and put it in my house. What am I going to do? I'll be honest with you. You can get in shape doing what they used to call calisthenics, sit-ups, push-ups, pull-ups. You can do this with the help of a personal trainer, and doing it the right way custom tailored for you, it can be very, very effective. Or you can actually do it on your phone in the gym. The trainer will be on the phone with you while you're in your gym working out.
Wow.
Or if you have a home gym. Yeah, it's fantastic. It's not virtual training. You're actually talking to a real trainer who's also a life coach, who's also going to help you with healthy lifestyle changes and do a meal plan for you. So you don't have to I don't have to go to a dietitian. I don't have to hire a personal trainer and be on their schedule. You can do the training on your phone, on your tablet, bring it to the gym, do it at home, do it in your office. It'll be custom tailored for you. If you tell the trainer, hey, I got 30 minutes every other day in my office. What can we do? Great. Get in your chair. I'm going to show you what exercises to do and how to do this and make it effective for you. What fits into your lifestyle, your schedule. And that's something, we talked about the 631 thing before. We are very local. We're here in Islandia. So people, for 90% of these therapies, you do have to come into our office.
Yeah.
But we're so excited about the online training platform.
Of course.
That from anywhere in the world.
Oh, wow.
So if you love the treatments that we do here at Revital Wave, you love this stuff, but you can't get here, now you can do a lot of this stuff at home through our online platform. So I urge people to go on our website, revitalwave.com, and go to the online training platform and check it out. It's amazing. It works for our professional athletes, but it works for every single person as well.
Amazing. Thank you so much. This was a great conversation. And, there's so many services that you offer. And I'm glad we talked more about the sexual rejuvenation factor. But can I just ask, like the O-Shot, there is also, you do the FemiWave, the vaginal rejuvenation as well, too, for females.
Yes.
Correct.
Could you share just a little bit about what that does?
Well, what that does is that when we do the acoustic shock wave, it's also about the blood flow. So the blood flow actually starts flowing and it pumps us up. It gets the sensation back. It helps us with our bathroom trips every night. So it limits that as a trip where I used to go 5, 6, 7 times. It's limited to that now. So which we're very happy about on that. And like I said, there's no downtime. There's no surgery or anything like that.
Yeah, the forensic explanation is of the acoustic shockwave therapy in the female anatomy. You have the periurethral glands and you have the Skene's gland, which is attached to the urethra. As women get older, the Skene's gland is the gland responsible for natural lubrication.
Yeah.
So as you get older, circulation to the Skene's gland is diminished, so natural lubrication diminishes, and intercourse can become painful. Nobody wants to do it. It's painful.
Yep.
So by using the low intensity sound waves to stimulate the Skene's gland, we generate new blood flow, new circulation to that gland, and therefore you generate more natural lubrication. It's also hitting the periurethral glands, which, like Fran said, it helps with urinary incontinence, limits the bathroom trips. You don't have to worry about laughing out loud anymore.
Yep.
So all those things. So, a lot of women don't even realize. I know that Migdalia and Fran will tell you they do consultations with women, and as soon as they mention a Skene's gland, a lot of women are like, wait, what? Huh? What's that? I have one?
Yeah.
Really? Where is it? I don't see it. But it's very, very important to keep that gland healthy because not only natural lubrication, but sensitivity as well. So I know
dryness, we get dryness and everything like that.
Yeah, loss of sensation.
Yeah.
Losing the ability to orgasm. These things happen. It happens with men and women just in different ways, but the therapy is kind of the same. If you can increase blood flow, if you can get that circulation back, and just think about the science, it makes perfect sense. When you don't have blood flow to an area, you don't get oxygenated blood. When the cells don't have oxygen, they are unproductive. They become unhealthy, they become stagnant, and then they can become cancerous even. So acoustic shockwave therapy is excellent for circulation. The red light therapy we have is excellent for circulation. That is amazing. We have the state-of-the-art Theralite 360 red light bed. The bed is absolutely amazing. It's used by the U.S. Olympic team. It's used by athletes all over the world.
I have to come in. You guys are so close. I'm coming in. I want to try this.
Absolutely.
And
come
we
in,
get
try
to
everything.
control our red light through our iPad here. So the customer could be on the other side and we know when they need help. So we change their protocol for the next one. It's great.
Protocols for everything: stress relief, sleep, circulation,
anxiety.
Yeah.
We have actually circulation. We have the anti-aging is amazing. It is totally amazing for the skin, the hair. Everything tightens up. Everything tightens us up. We also have for allergies. We have I don't sit there and say, oh, hey, yeah, come on in. And 10 pounds later, no, it's not realistic. Let's be a little realistic for people. It's a process. Everything is a process, slow and steady.
Got it.
So that's what we tell everybody.
Yeah. And these therapies, like I said, we do treat a lot of professional athletes. We have a lot of professional bodybuilders, MMA fighters, boxers. But these therapies are great for the individual too. I'm not a professional athlete, but I can tell you this: at 60 years old, I go surfing, wakeboarding, snowboarding. I can go snowboarding all day on Sunday for 8 hours, and Monday morning I am not achy and sore and tired or any of these things.
Yeah,
keep going. So that's what we're really getting at here, is not only your sexual performance, not only your athletic performance, just a better quality of life, sleeping better, feeling better, looking your best, having the energy to do the things you want to do, and not being stuck in that rut of, I can't ever get to this. I can't get to a gym. I can't do this. We have solutions for all that because we've been there and done it.
Yeah.
We're not preaching to you. We've done it. We were guilty of all these things. The habits that we've had our whole lives that we thought weren't bad for us, when you actually start looking into it and you're seeing just what we're doing to ourselves, it's eye-opening.
amazing.
And getting rid of the toxins and getting back circulation. Everything is connected to blood flow. If you don't have good circulation throughout your entire body, systems are going to start shutting down. And once systems start, your nitric oxide levels get diminished. And typically, your body is like it's like a supercomputer. Your brain, it'll shut down the things it doesn't really need anymore. So you hit a certain age and it's saying, "Hey, we're not getting the nutrients we need. We're not getting the oxygen we need. Let's shut down the reproductive stuff first because we don't need it anymore."
Yep.
And that starts.
Yeah, exactly. Sorry to interrupt. Hold on. We still have a few more minutes left. I just also want to ask, these services are amazing. And I'm on, the website, and I urge everyone to do the same as well, to find out more information, how you can help us here locally. And also just one quick question about, the cost of this treatment. Just curious, I don't know if anything's covered under insurance or it's all out of pocket, but is the O shot affordable?
Yes. We're actually having a special right now where you can get 3 treatments plus the O shot for $27.95. Do we take insurance? No, we don't, because this is considered an elective. So insurances will not cover it. We do your blood work here. The insurance will cover that. But other stuff, it's a shame. It really is a shame because this is a good, healthy way to stay healthy, instead of taking any drugs or anything like that, with the little blue pill or any of that stuff.
Yeah.
I tell my customers, I'm sorry, but no, it's an elective. They consider it as.
And we always have specials that we work with. Like Fran said, for guys, if you want to just come in for the P shot, it's typically $1,750, but we have
a good sale
promotions
going on
all the time for $1,500.
Right,
and when you think about that, put it in perspective. I was with a patient yesterday who he's talking to me about all the things that he wants to do, and then I said, "Hey, this is great. You can do all this stuff, but I'm not out to spend your money. But everything that you want to do, he wants wants to do Gainsborough, wants to do a P shot, wants to do vitamin drips, wants to do red level." You hear about this stuff, great. You want to do it all. So we do have package deals. The more you do, the less expensive it gets. But think about the money that you spend on unhealthy things. If you're a smoker, let's not even go there. The amount of money that if you smoke a pack of cigarettes a day, what that costs?
$15, $20 a pack.
Yeah. Eating out all the time. If you're eating unhealthy, you're eating processed foods, you're eating this stuff. I mean, you can easily go out. We know you're from Long Island too. You could easily go out on a Friday night and spend $350 on dinner.
Easily. Even at Dave and Buster's across the street with my kids, I do. I mean, it's expensive.
Absolutely. So I tell patients that, you'll sit here and tell me you don't want to spend the money to get yourself healthy.
Yeah.
But we're spending money on things that are making us unhealthy. So it's hard for me to see the logic behind that. But when you look at these therapies and what they actually do for you, what it costs, like I said, I have some patients that do a P shot every week because they absolutely love it. They say, "Hey, this is an investment in myself. This is what I like." Some guys want to go out and buy a $200,000 boat. Some guys want to invest the money in themselves and get healthy and stay active.
Absolutely.
So it's up to the individual and what you think is worth it. But for us, we feel like there's just no price limit you can put on this stuff because this is your life.
No,
And without
absolutely.
without your health, it's what do you have? You want to live your life feeling tired and sick and weak all the time, or do you want to live it to its best?
Beautiful. Well, thank you all so much for being here, and tell us how we can reach out to you.
You can go on the website, revitalwave.com, or call us here. The phone number is easy to remember, 631-597-0000. We are on Veterans Highway, 1757 Veterans Highway, right off the expressway. So it's easy to get to from everywhere. We have customers that come from the city. I have customers that come from out east, the East End. Suite 20, 1757 Veterans Highway. Really easy to get to, simple. Give us a call, go visit us online, and we'll get you started.
Beautiful. Thank you so much. Pleasure having you all here. Great meeting you too. And hopefully we'll chat again soon. Thank you so much.
Thank
Sounds
you
good.
so much.
Thank you
Have a
for
great day.
You too. Bye bye. And to all of our
Bye.
listeners and viewers, stay tuned. We'll be right back with more.
Broadcasting from the business capital of the world, this is the Podcast Business News Network.